Alright, what is going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the first time. It's likely your first time being here, but that's not why you're here. You are here to learn how to get the hero first. Whatever hero it may be, the best odds you have at becoming a hero first, or the hero that you want to be, is being the first one in the lobby to become a hero, period. So here's just a couple of tips, things that get me there first, sometimes second, just depending on who I'm playing with. And the first tip, I recommend actually playing as the heavy. You'll see right now I'm using the turret, or the, I don't know what it's called, machine gun, death machine, whatever they want to call it in this game. And it shoots super accurately and super fast and will just absolutely shred some of your opponent's health bar. That is good for two reasons. One, if you're playing co-op or supremacy, there are AI-controlled enemies, and depending on how close you are to them, they will shoot you and kill you very fast because they're controlled by robots. They have assisted aiming. I mean, you'll see right there, I got down to 5 health and almost died, which would have sucked. But you want to keep your distance because the further you are away from them, for some reason, at long distances, their I guess aimbot is not near as accurate as when you're like right up in their face. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind as well. Now I say heavy not just for the turret ability, but because he has a star card in which you can then have a barrage where you shoot 3 grenades on the ground and they explode, and that's really good for a lot of game modes because a lot of the time you'll find enemies in tight congested areas, or they'll all be very close together. You want to deal splash damage to them, and to do this I use the barrage. Some people use other star cards, but the heavy also has an impact grenade, so between those 3 abilities he is by far the best choice, or she, depending on the character that you have as your heavy. Now another thing that heavy has is an additional 50 hit points, which comes in big handy. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that could be the difference between 2, 3, maybe even 4 laser blasts to your body depending on where they hit. And in my opinion, health is always better, so you want more of that if you can get it. So now that we've established which character you should be playing as, you'll see in this clip, it happened a few seconds ago, when I saw that I had I may have had just a little more than 4,000 battle points. That's exactly how many you need most of the time to play as a hero. So when you get 4,000, if you're not in immediate danger and about to die, hit the options button, or just pull up the menu. I'm not sure, depending on what you're playing on, PC or Xbox, I'm not sure what the buttons are going to be to pull up the menu, but for PlayStation's options, when you pull it up, click Respawn. You actually gain just a little bit of points for doing that, because it marks it as a player death. And yes, this game does actually reward you for dying, which is, it's good and bad, but you get a little bit of points from that. You die immediately, and then you get to pick your hero. The reason you don't want to wait any longer is because odds are, if you're up to 4,000 battle points, someone else is either right behind you or they also have 4,000 battle points. It's very hard to get ahead of other people. One of the ways you can do that is to play objectives. It's not just about killing people. I mean, yes, killing people is a great way to get battle points, but an even better way is to sit on an objective and kill people that come into that little objective. So anytime there's someone trying to capture that objective and you're in it, and then you kill that person, you get way more battle points than if someone were to be outside of that objective, that enemy is not capturing the objective, and you kill them outside of it. So it's a small little thing, but it adds up once you start killing larger amounts of people in those objectives. Another thing you want to consider when playing as your basic trooper classes is the star cards you use. So the ones I use are, and again, I play as a heavy quite often to get those battle points fast. I use the barrage, which gives you the 3 grenades. I give you the faster ability recharge because I like using the heavy machine gun and the barrage quite frequently, as well as the impact grenade. They're just really good tools for getting kills and points quicker. The last one that I use, and this is always, I never take it off, is the Bounty Hunter, I think it's called. It basically gives you more, I guess, battle points for doing the exact same thing as someone else. So instead of getting 20, you get 22. I mean, that's just an example. Most of the time you'll be getting a little bit more, but you do get 20% more battle points for whatever it is you're doing, capturing an objective, killing an opponent, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but like I said, if you have that star card and someone else doesn't, you can do less work than they do and still get more battle points than them and be able to play as a hero faster than them. Better yet, if you have more battle points and get to the 4,000 faster, you'll be able to pick the hero that you want to play as rather than being forced to pick from the heroes or villains that are left over from the other person that happened to beat you to the 4,000 points that you need to play as heroes or villains. So those are just a couple tips there. Another one you definitely want to focus on is not rushing in too aggressively. From the get-go, you don't want to waste any time on dying. If you die in co-op, you have to wait a full 10 seconds before you can respawn. And even though you can respawn on your teammates, the whole time that you were dead and waiting to respawn, those teammates have now had 10 seconds to get more kills and more battle points, and they're that much closer than you are because you died. So you definitely want to push, and you definitely want to be aggressive so you can get those points and get those kills and then eventually get that hero. But you don't want to be the one that's first up there. You don't want to be the one that's taking all the damage and most likely to die first. You want to be kind of hanging back, let your AI teammates take some of that damage and be targeted by the enemies, or even let some of your non-AI friendlies be targeted by that, because the whole goal is to get to the 4,000, and you can't do that if you're dead. It's not possible. The few times that I have died trying to get up to a hero very fast, before I could get to the 4,000, there's very few times where I'm still able to get to 4,000 first. It really just depends on who you're playing as, but if you're in a game mode such as Supremacy, where you're competing with 20 other people that are on your team, it's going to be tough to try and get that hero if you die and then have to wait, and then die and then have to wait again to respawn. You want to try and stretch out your first life for as absolutely long as humanly possible, because that 4,000 is just a lot easier to get if you have one consistent life that you're living, rather than dying and then respawning and then doing that over and over again. So this last tip is, quite honestly, in my opinion, just a little unnecessary and maybe a bit repetitive, but I really do think it helps a lot. If you don't have the star cards and you don't have a class that's reliable to get you up to those battle points, like let's say you don't have the bounty hunter card yet, or you don't at least have it upgraded all the way to the 3rd tier, which is blue instead of purple, you still have those 15% battle points, but someone else who maybe does have it up to purple has the 20%. So now that Battlefront is in its final form and it will not be getting any more updates, they have tons of XP events rolling out. I honestly don't know which days are which, but I know they have a double XP one and they also have a triple XP one. My best advice to you is don't even worry about playing as a hero until you get up to level 35 for one of your trooper classes. It can be assault, it can be heavy, it can be officer. I really don't care, whichever one you're good with. Make sure you get a gun that you're comfortable with using and you can get a solid amount of kills without dying. For me, it's the TL50 with the heavy class, but for you, it could be the AC 180 with the sniper class. That is the burst weapon. It doesn't matter what you use, just use something you're comfortable with. Now, the reason I say get up to level 35 is because 35 is the level you need to be to have the purple star card. That's the best one in the game, and you definitely want to have the purple battle point star card. You could do better with other star cards than I do, such as not using the ability refresh rate or the barrage for heavy. You could use something like advanced or kill streak infiltrate for the sniper class, or you could use improved blaster turret for the officer class. Like I said, it does not matter what you use. Use what you're comfortable with and use what can help you to get to your battle point goal of 4,000. But to do that, you need to go level up that class. So try and play on triple XP events, double XP events. Just get that class up to level 35 and get that max level star cards. That way you really do have the best shot at becoming a hero fast. So that's really all I've got for this video. You see I just died there, which really sucks, but I had enough points to get Luke back again, so it's a happy day. And I also finished this game first. So all in all, this video is really fun to make, and I think I covered just about everything I know of to get you to a hero faster. If you have any additional questions, maybe something I left out of the video that you can think of, just leave me a comment down below and I'll try and get back to you as fast as possible. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this actually gets you to a hero faster. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.